All right, everybody, welcome back to the channel. If you haven't already, please subscribe, give us a thumbs up, leave a comment. What we have for you today, a 2010 Dodge Viper, the last year of the Gen 4. We love our Gen 4s now. We've had a few. This is our first 2010, which was the last year for the Dodge Viper. Dodge wound up selling later to Fiat, so the Gen 5s weren't officially owned by Dodge, even though they obviously are the Dodge Viper. This car is one of 507 2010 Vipers that were produced, again, in the final year for the Gen 4 model, which ran from 2008 to 2010. The Gen 3 stopped in 06, so you had a little break between 06 and 7, and it got beefed up with more horsepower, a little bigger displacement. This is one of 3 in silver and the blue stripes. It's Viper Silver Metallic. Really nice color. There is a good amount of flake in the silver as well as the blue paint. 400 miles, 433 on it right now. One owner car, always in a collection. Plastic, as you guys will see, factory plastic on the passenger seat, on the floor mats. Window sticker, manuals, everything that you would expect, and just an awesome example. You don't see the Gen 4s, especially low mile examples like this. A lot of them are the Gen 5s that are, you know, sub 1,000 miles, but very rarely do you see the Gen 4s. And I always like the Gen 4s. The body lines on it, I really think are great. As we'll get into it here in the video, McLaren helped with a lot of the development in the Gen 4s, and we can't wait to, you know, walk you guys through this spec and take you inside and out. So we're going to start under the hood where all the fun starts, especially on the Viper. As we were doing the pictures, the Viper hood on the Gen 4s actually lifts up towards the seats. And when that hood is up and you can see the motor, it looks like a snake kind of open its mouth with the fangs, just like you see the logo right here on the front of the hood and on the front bumper. It's just such a cool look because you see a lot of the hoods kind of, you know, open up obviously towards you. So to see that go reverse with that 8.4 liter V10 underneath the hood, it's just really, really awesome to see. So you got 600 horsepower, 560 pounds of torque, 0 to 60 in 3.2 to 3.3 seconds. And, you know, you're talking 12 years ago already, and just, you know, what a car, even to today's standards, what you think back, you know, how this was 12 years ago. So as we mentioned, the last year of the 4th generation Viper, this gorgeous 2010 Dodge Viper SRT has had only one owner since new and currently shows 433 miles on the odometer. So the big news for the Gen 4 was the big 90 horsepower jump for the fresh 8.4 liter V10 engine, which now was slated for 600 horsepower. And as we mentioned earlier, that's in large part due to the development work assisted by McLaren Automotive. Based around a deep skirted aluminum block with a small increase in displacement, the new engine included dual throttle bodies, new heads, and the Vipers, as you know, have the side exhaust working with a revised dual pipe system. And I love that side exhaust. This is backed by the 6-speed manual transmission and Dana differential, which is also revised for this year, and when coupled with fresh suspension changes, gave this supercar stellar manners compared to some earlier versions. In fact, Car and Driver magazine tested a model recording a 0 to 60 mile per hour time of 3.3 seconds, a 0 to 100 mile an hour time of 7.6 seconds, a quarter mile time of 11 seconds at 126 miles per hour. This performance was better than a number of its expensive competitors. The exterior is covered in the stunning Viper Silver Metallic and blue stripes, which is complemented by a luxurious black and gray leather interior. As you move to the inside, the equipment inside is going to include bucket seats, an AM, FM, CD stereo, air conditioning, the center console with the short throw shifter, white face gauges including the tachometer, and power windows and lock. As we move back to the outside and to the rear, the outside of this Viper is going to wear a ducktail spoiler out the back. The front, you have your vented and scooped performance hood. Always loved the vented hoods on these Vipers. It just gives it such a cool look, sleek look to it. Everything, like I said, functional, including the brake ducting, body position side exhaust parts, and red brake calipers. A set of polished alloy wheels using Michelin Pilot Sport tires provides a final accent to its overall representation. The SRT10 remains a true supercar that showcased some impressive technological advancements. Now permanently out of production, Vipers like this will not be available again off the showroom floor. And you have seen that in the last probably 12 to 18 months, the Viper market, regardless of what gen it is, kind of take off. We were in the running to purchase one off Bring a Trailer. It was a 2010 convertible, still in the wrapper, snakeskin green, that we wanted to pair with our Gen 5, and the car sold for $207,000. So the Gen 4s definitely starting to take a jump. One just went through Mecum with 13,000 miles, sold for 105, and that was a 2008. Bring a Trailer also just sold a 2008 snakeskin with 6,700 miles, and that did 105. So you're really starting to see these cars take off. Last year we had a 300-mile orange car, which didn't bring anywhere near that kind of money 15 months ago already. So the Viper market definitely super strong. They didn't make a lot of them in any year. Like I said, 507 in this year. Obviously took some time off between the Gen 3 to Gen 4 with the year, and then the Gen 4 to a Gen 5. 2011, 2012, there was no production in the Vipers at that time either. So I definitely expect the Viper market to continue to be strong here. So your wheels, you have the polished 18-inch in the front and 19-inch wheels on the back, giving you a nice staggered stance. These have the 5-spoke Alcoa forged aluminum. Really nice wheels. You see some different wheel styles on Vipers. Honestly, I like them all. You see the H wheels, which at the time weren't popular. Now they've seemed to kind of catch on, and a lot of people do like those wheels. I know I'm one of them, but whether it's these wheels or those with the Viper body lines, I don't think you can go wrong. So those wheels are mounted with 275 by 35 front tires and 345 by 30 rear Michelin Pilot Sport tires. The car is equipped with red 4-piston brake calipers with white Viper script, and additional components include an adjustable independent rear suspension. Moving back inside, the leather wrapped steering wheel frames a central 7,000 RPM tachometer, a 220 mile/hour speedometer, and a fuel gauge, while other auxiliary gauges are laid out on the center stock. The digital odometer is showing 433 miles. Power is delivered to the rear wheels through a Tremec 6-speed manual transmission and limited slip differential. Such a clean example, really a 10 out of 10 car. Interior, exterior, everything that you would expect on a 400-mile, one-owner, collector-owned Dodge Viper. All right, everybody, so that is a wrap on our 2010 Dodge Viper. If you haven't already, please subscribe, give us a thumbs up, leave a comment, be on the lookout for some of our future inventory. Check out our other social media channels. Everything could be found at jfk-auto.com.